Hey guys, and welcome back to Quality Shot Tennis. Today we've got the semifinal matchup between Novak Djokovic and Sasha Zverev. It is 8-4 in the head-to-head for Novak as he's trying to get to a 38th major final of his career, which is about half of the slams that he's played, because we're all supposed to pretend like that makes any sense. Welcome in, guys, as Novak at 43 years old is trying to win his 48th major. We all know what's going on. Against Sasha Zverev, the next gen, but not the next gen Fonseca, not the next gen Alcaraz, the lost generation, the second lost generation after Nishikori and Dimitrov. Anyway, we've got Novak versus Zverev. This is always a good one. It's actually been tough at times for Novak, this matchup. Zverev's won 2 of the last 4 meetings that they've played, all at big events. Novak won their last meeting in Cincinnati in 2023 in straight sets, 2 close sets. Yeah, I mean, Zverev didn't play his very best in the last match against Paul, but he found a way to get through it against a tough opponent, saving set points in both the first two sets. Novak, he went through his usual charade, and then he found a way through that quarter. Who's to say what exactly happened in that quarterfinal? But the only thing we know is that he found an outrageous level of tennis in the third and fourth sets, and Alcaraz was not ready for it. So, there we go. Hey, how's it going? Naked Eyes, Jerafine, what's up? This is the tennis channel where you want to be at. Appreciate you guys. Here's the main man. How's it going, Joe? When will live streams start? When the match starts. I cannot really do much content until the match begins. I'm sorry. I can't really do a dance. ZVEREV 5. I think it could be dangerous, but I feel pretty confident personally that Novak's got it. Novak, after the way he looked in the last match, he's able to beat almost anybody from any point in time in history. The way he played in the last match. I don't think Sasha Zverev will have enough. I think even if it goes long, I think the physical aspect is interesting, but I think Novak's got it. I think more reasonably, I can imagine Novak getting too tired out for the final. I think here, the physical aspect, I don't expect to be much of an issue of the way Novak was looking in the third and fourth sets. I think in the big moments, I back Novak. And, and yeah, I think that's just it. I like I said, I really don't think Zverev played his absolute best or served his very best against Paul. I think he's going to need that against Novak. Hope you're right. Yeah, we'll see. I think honestly, Shelton against Sinner, I'm a little bit more interested. Or I don't know. I'm pretty interested in both, but I think people are underrating Shelton, and I'm not usually the guy who says that. So take what you will from that. I was going to Son. If I can, I'll tune into that because I really do think it could be interesting. I don't think Sinner particularly likes playing Shelton. All right, we're getting started here. Let's go. Let's go. Give me your predictions. I've got Novak in 4. Watch the preview. That's all I've got to say. I did a preview. I did a podcast, and I said Novak in 4. That was me. I'm not changing it. I'm saying it again because that's my prediction. First serve goes out from Novak. Second serve. Welcome in, guys. Let's keep the stream growing. We're getting started. I enjoy doing these. We're doing another one. Serve from Novak. Second serve. Forehand Djokovic goes to the back into Zverev. Cross court. Big return from Zverev. Early on, honestly, probably two of the best and most versatile, or two of the most dangerous for multiple reasons from any part of the court backhands that we've seen in the history of the sport. Let me say that. Serve is a let from Djokovic. Zverev, let's go. All right. Let's go, Sasha. Okay. Z in 3. 3 sets, Joe. That's got to be the most bonkers. Are you serious or is that a joke? Jesus, Louise. Z in 3. Holy crap. Over Novak. It's the last time Novak's lost in 3. Yeah, that's got to be like he's injured by the midway through the second set or something prediction, because I can't even fathom a prediction of Novak losing in 3. He almost lost in 3 in last year's semifinal, but that was against Yannick. Against Zverev, I don't know. I'm calling red flag on your prediction, Joe. I respect all predictions until somebody says Djokovic loses in straights, and then I just my mind can't fathom it. Maybe it's a problem with me, but we'll see. Maybe. Back in Novak goes to the forehand of Zverev. Forehand Novak goes to the back end of Zverev. Forehand Novak goes to the forehand of Sasha. Forehand Zverev goes to the forehand of Djokovic. Forehand rally. Backhand Zverev down the middle. Forehand of Djokovic. We're going to get a lot of long rallies if we get rallies like this. Don't think Zverev will mind too much, honestly, if he can hang in them. Backhand Zverev goes cross-court to the backhand of Djokovic, who hits a draw. Ooh, that's called just wide, as Murray gives a round of applause. Novak keeping the depth in the rally, 15-all. Wins it in the end. I don't know, Anthony, I'd imagine. Yeah, I'm covering a lot of them. I'm doing a lot of the matches right now. Hello. Hello, Anthony. I'm so scared for Novak, especially with my fave Iga going out on the women's side. Yeah, hey, how's it going? Yeah, I mean, I agree, because Swiatek looked unstoppable, and then she was taken out, So I think similar thing could happen. And yeah, that's your faves lasted until the semis, but it's tough. It's tough. But you don't really have two better faves than Iga and Djokovic because they'll win most of the time. But that Iga going out just proves it's not even really about playing that badly. It's like if you run up against the wrong player on the wrong day, it's just sometimes you're not meant to win every match. You can't win every match. Well, I guess maybe you can, but be very very difficult to win every match. Even Djokovic has lost 211 matches, which were all before 2011. But anyway. Djokovic hits a forehand winner inside in down the line. That's a winner. Cheers, Joe 512. The 512th Joe. Zverev in 4 or 5. We've gotten a lot of people rooting for Zverev and a lot of people picking Zverev, and it's kind of suspicious. But I think y'all are secretly Novak fans because y'all know that if y'all pick against Novak and cheer against Novak, he's gonna win. So I think I know what's going on here, but I'm just joking. But Novak is the favorite. Novak's the favorite, but I appreciate you guys giving Zverev some hope here. Forehand of Zverev, that's going to go out for you. 15 for Djokovic. Zverev, show me what you've got now. I mean, it's not impossible. I'm not saying like it's like impossible, but bro, Sasha will win this. Sinner goat. Let's see. If you're rooting for Sinner, you might want Djokovic to win, in my opinion, but just judging from last year. But we'll see. It's possible. Second seed taking on the 7th seed, but the number 1 greatest player to ever hold a racket, in my opinion. Djokovic hits the serve out. So the 7th seed gets ready to try to hold this first game. Backhand of Zverev hitting off the baseline. That's a wild forehand from Novak. Z in 3 is just catchy. Okay. Z in 3. Damn, dude. But it's running on. If you start something that's too catchy, people are just gonna start saying it. There's no Z in 3. D in 3, maybe. Make Novak run because he's injured. That is what everyone claims. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the strat. There's no real strategy against Novak except make him hit overheads, right? I think he's inevitable. Man's is inevitable. But Zverev at his peak can find quite a... Oh! Zverev around the net. Djokovic is there. Forehand volley. That's in the net. Wow. What a point for Djokovic to win the first point. Murray likes it. Zverev cheeky with an around the net shot. It is the single posts here. The singles posts, which make it a little bit easier to hit around the net. So I didn't think it was the most, let's say, skillful, impressive around the net shot. There's quite an opportunity for it, especially with this miraculous angle Novak found, showing the flexibility. It was a good shot from Zverev, though, but not deep enough. And yeah, he messed up the volley. Zverev's volley's got to be working. That's one of the things that's got to be working. He was volleying pretty well against Tommy Paul, who plays a bit of an all-court game, and you kind of need to volley well against him. Tough point. Novak wins it in the end. Very impressive. Idemo Novak. Insane point. Impressive. Impressive slide getting up to that shot, for sure. Murray gives a smile. It's nice to see Murray still around in tennis. It's really, yeah, I don't know. I don't think we'll ever not see this guy around the tennis court for more than 2 months. That's what it seems like. Mans can retire, and then he will still be playing for 5 more years, so or more. So I think we're never going to get rid of Andy Murray. I don't mind. I kind of think coaching fits him well too. Whether he realizes it or not, the fact that he went straight into coaching somebody like 2 months after he retired, I think is a sign that he's a coach now to some extent. That's his new job. I think he'll be quite good at it because he's one of the greatest minds our sport has ever had. Forehand of Zverev goes to the backhand of Djokovic. Forehand of Zverev goes to the forehand of Djokovic down the line. Backhand Zverev slice, defensive. Goes to the forehand of Novak, inside out. Backhand Zverev. Goes to the backhand of Djokovic. Backhand, cross court. Back to the backhand of Djokovic. Ooh, just barely misses the down the line. Good attempt, though. Djokovic has gone through ZVEREV in 4 sets. He's gone through Faria in 4 sets. He's gone through Mahac and Lehechka in 3 sets. 2 checks back to back, and then he beat Alcaraz in 4 sets. In 4 out of the 5 matches, by the way, he's won 3 consecutive sets, even though most of his matches have been 4 sets. Only against Faria, he dropped the second set. But yeah, against ZVEREV and Alcaraz, he dropped the first set 6-4 and came back to win in 4. No 5-setters, nothing like way too crazy. I don't even know if he's played 4 hours plus like he did a couple times last year against Fritz and Prismic. I don't think it's been anything that crazy. Against Alcaraz, it was pretty long, but I don't know the length of time. I mean, it was fairly short points in the last few sets because Alcaraz was an unforced error fest, honestly. But it was probably over 3.5 hours. Let me, I'm going to look up the match time of that because I actually don't know. I actually do not know. But my point is, I don't think he's played anything quite as physical as some of the matches last year that seemed to have really tired him out before he played Sinner in the semis. All right, let's see. Novak defending really well here early as Zverev hits a forehand down the line winner there. Come on, Zverev. I think Zverev is a bigger test than Alki. Well, definitely than he was in the last couple sets there. Novak is dangerous even if he is injured. He's always dangerous. Oh, Murray. Zverev, fight. Zverev rocking the red bandana. Similar look to kind of what Zhang was rocking earlier in this tournament. Great serve from Zverev. A lot of pace down the middle of the box. So it is 1-1 down the middle, but kind of more to the backhand. Good stuff from him. I cannot really find the match time for the match, and it's kind of bothering me, actually. Let me try to find it here. AO 2025. There should be that match on the Australian Open website, right? I'll try to find it in a little bit. All right, Novak here to serve at 1 games apiece. There are pros and cons playing Zverev. The advantage of Zverev at times can allow you to be aggressor, but the disadvantage seeing locking into long rallies and make it physical, 100%. So we'll see how Novak can rebound and stuff. Wimbledon is where Alcaraz shines. Yeah, I mean, so far he's definitely an absolute menace on the grass. He's able to hit every shot in the book. The way he moves on the grass is just incredible. But I think clay, he shines quite well, and I think on slower hard courts he's quite phenomenal too. I think clay courts is still. I won't just say like, oh, grass court is his thing. Not for me personally. I'm not sure Sinner is gonna give him an easy time on grass either. If they play, he does have the 1-0 head-to-head lead. I reckon. I kind of still think clay might be. I think clay is Alcaraz's best surface, and I don't think he's like a Rafael Nadal level on clay, but I think clay is his best surface, honestly. And then grass courts and then hard courts. But I think he's good on all three. And like I said, slower hard courts, I think he's quite good. And I think it's become clear that hard court is not his favorite overall, but he can play amazing tennis everywhere. Great backhand down the line return from ZVEREV, giving him a little bit of a chance here early on. Maybe, question mark, love 30. Let's see. Bang. Reminds me of those basketball announcers. And Steph Curry from the half court shot. Bang! He makes it in. Big down the line return from ZVEREV. It's amazing the way Sasha ZVEREV can redirect his backhand. I've seen very few be able to redirect the backhand like Sasha ZVEREV can. That's forehand return to the net, though, 15-30. I did say Alcaraz wouldn't win a tournament until March. All right. Are you picking, I guess, Alcaraz for Indian Wells and Sinner for Miami? Or at least Alcaraz for Indian Wells? Joe, are you... So what do you think about Alcaraz at Roland Garros? Do you think he's going to win Roland Garros this year? And if not, who do you think's going to? I do think it's clear that Alcaraz, for whatever reason, struggles in Australia. That I think is clear. I don't know if that's because he's trying to build himself into form at the start of the year. Hasn't quite done it yet. Who knows? But he struggled just a little bit more at this tournament to date than at others. Backhand is ZVEREV. Cross court goes to the backhand of Djokovic. Forehand is ZVEREV. Inside out goes to the backhand Novak. That's in the net. It's a break point early on for Sasha ZVEREV. Yes. Tommy Paul for Indian Wells. Big Ben Shelton. Yeah, both of those guys are contenders. I don't think Tommy Paul, though. Doesn't Tommy like a faster court than Indian Wells? I don't think that's his best conditions. Like, right? I don't think slow hard court is his bread and butter. I think he can be good on grass. I think people don't. I think he has a run on grass in him. I've been saying that for a while. I think he's got a run on grass courts in him. I don't know when that will happen. Let me just say that I won't be that shocked if at some point Tommy Paul is a semifinalist or finalist at a grass tournament like Wimbledon or something. Like, he's good. Tommy Paul is good, man. I don't know what else to say. And he's good on grass. His game really helps it out. Is good for it. It fits it. Backhand cross court goes to the backhand of Djokovic. Forehand of ZVEREV. Oh, it's in the net. He needs to play the big points well, Sasha. He needs to play the big points well. Deuce. I think ZVEREV has a little bit of confidence against Novak. He hasn't performed that badly against him. Alki has a big chance, but ZVEREV and Nole will be a big test. All depends on the draw. Okay. Interesting. Because people always say that, but there's some players going into tournaments where it doesn't depend on the draw at all. Like, if Rafa is playing Roland Garros, everybody's competing for second place, no matter what the draw is. But that's interesting. Okay. So there's some players that can test him early rounds that can, I guess, wear him down for a tough quarterfinal match, like against ZVEREV or against Djokovic. ZVEREV's beaten him in the quarterfinals before. I remember that year he played 5 sets against Ramos Vinolas. If he goes up against some other tough player that could push him 5 sets, like say a Fonseca, somebody like that, tire him out for a Novak, ZVEREV, Sinner, whoever else matchup, Tsitsipas, Casper, then it could be tough. That's understandable. I think that's reasonable. Rafa is a different beast at RG. I mean, yeah, Rafa at RG is the number, 14 Roland Garros is one thing, but he dropped until the match that last year that was straight sets against ZVEREV. He lost 33 sets at the tournament throughout his entire career. 33 sets playing against Federer, Djokovic, Ferrer, other players' team. Crazy. ZVEREV, Tsitsipas, Del Potro. That's a backhand to the net. A couple netted unforced errors from the German. By the way, guys, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new and all that stuff. And don't forget to like. The likes are very much appreciated. They help out the channel a lot because they alert people, and then we get more people in the chat, more people watching. That's always so fun for me. So I'm hoping we get a lot of good numbers this final weekend of this tournament, because the big streams are my favorites to do by far. I love the big because they get so fun. They get epic, and we get chat involved, and I get to commentate a big match with a lot of people, and it's just kind of fun. As we both camera messed up. There you go. That should be fixed. Yeah, we get to watch like the match result in real time, whatever, and banter. So backhand of ZVEREV is a good shot down the line. Please, yeah, exactly. Betting on Novak Djokovic in over 40 games. Senator joined the chat. ZVEREV, why is he missing chances to break points? Why don't he take that chances? He never does. Let's see if he can prove me wrong here. Break point number 3. Backhand is very short. Backhand Djokovic down the line. Forehand is ZVEREV. Yep, right into the bottom of the net. ZVEREV's has by far the worst. I mean, I don't know how to say this nicely. He has the worst mental game in big matches at slams of any top 3 player I've ever seen. I don't even think that's controversial to say. Can he overcome that to win a slam? Time will tell. I'm personally not that confident that with his missed chances at, I mean, Roland Garros against Alcaraz was one thing, but the 2020 US Open final, Australian Open last year, where he should have gone to the final and lost that match against Medvedev, that was a big opportunity for him. If it was going to happen, maybe it would have happened. Or most people say it's still going to happen. It could. Very talented guy. Backhand flick. The court's not that big. Great play from ZVEREV with the drop shot. ZVEREV still has time. There's no doubt about that. He's what, 26, 27? So time will tell. But let's see. It's only going to get harder mentally the more chances he misses, though. Let's be clear about that. There's no doubt about that. See what's happening to Rublev now. Rublev had so many opportunities, couldn't get through a quarterfinal. I think that mentally just made it tough for him. I mean, he would have been happier playing this more if he broke through, got to a semi, got to a final, but it just didn't happen. So same thing for ZVEREV. Really. People say mental game is not a real thing in tennis. It is half of what tennis is. The other half is hitting good forehands and stuff. But if you're being unserious and missing every other shot, you're probably not going to win the match. If you're not really locked in. That's a forehand shank. Novak gets out of the way of the ball. This is kind of crazy. Deuce. 10-minute game. Doesn't help that he's playing Novak that has the fear factor of a fear factor about him. Come on, Z, make him run ZVEREV. Let's test those legs. Yeah, 100%. The youngsters are just getting better. It's how it should be. Always misses the opportunities, ZVEREV. Yep. 4 missed chances. It's kind of crazy. Nobody is better at mental games than Novak. Yeah. Him and Rafa are the kings of the mental side of the sport. It's unlikely that we've ever seen 2 players that mentally strong in the big moments in the sport. I say that as a Roger Federer fan, but sometimes I have to admit the truth. Shout out to Roger. He's one of the greatest athletes ever. Forehand, that's a let from Novak. Agreed, Joker is the mental master. Yeah, Sampras was the original gangster, OG. Sampras is awesome. I love watching Sampras. Forehand, that goes out. So advantage to Djokovic. Wait for it. Medical timeout at the most critical time. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, it's just that all that stuff is funny to me. I don't know. Drama in the sport isn't a bad thing, right? Like, to an extent, drama in the sport isn't a bad thing, whether it's, done on purpose or not. But, yeah, not necessarily promoting anybody, not saying Novak does that, but anybody who fakes or something to put the opponent off. But it's just funny. I don't know. It's all entertainment, right? There's mental strength. There's mental games, man. Yeah, that's true. Part of the game. I agree. Sampras came back from 2 sets down against Courier at the AO. Yeah, Murray, the man sitting in Djokovic's box. I mean, the worst game of all time by Zverev with a capital shank. With a capital shank. Forehand for a lucky kid to keep in the crowd. Actually, I don't even think they got to keep the ball, which I still don't understand why we do that. But if you catch the ball, can we just talk about this? If you catch the ball, keep the ball. Even if they tell you to give it back, keep it. Why is the rule that you don't keep the ball? Right? We don't have enough tennis balls. Like, it's kind of crazy. Just like open a new can, get a new ball or something. You know what I mean? All they need is 1 ball per point. What is this? Or 2 balls? What is this craziness? You know what I mean? Big shank, yeah. 3 break points last game. Zverev won't take it. Wow, he was doing like Alcaraz. I mean, yeah, well, he's doing like Zverev. Zverev is doing like Zverev. This is not surprising. This is Sasha Zverev. He's not doing like Alcaraz. He's doing like... That's Zverev. Nope, not surprised at all. It's not like all the balls get caught. You'd be lucky to get one a match. Exactly. In baseball, you catch the ball, you keep it. Why would it not be the same in tennis? You'd have people... God damn it. And then no sound coming out. Jesus Christ. How long was that talking for? No sound. Oh, my bad. Damn it. Your sound went out. Damn it. How long was that for? Jesus. That was like 2 minutes. My bad. Sorry, guys. No. 2 minutes. Jesus Christ. I gotta check the chat more. I didn't hear y'all. Y'all should have been screaming louder. What the hell? Long rally. Novak misses a shot wide. Thank you guys for sticking around and having faith that I'd see you. Oh no, you're back. I didn't say anything that interesting, to be honest. So it's not that bad. I just said the meaning of the meaning of life for you guys and who's gonna win all the Grand Slams this year, but it's a shame that y'all couldn't hear me. I also told you if Alcaraz is gonna end up being the GOAT or not, but anyway, that doesn't matter now. The point is, what was I saying though? What was I actually saying? What was I saying? Damn it. I guess sometimes I just talk. I don't think about what I'm saying. But anyway, the point is Djokovic is at a break point here at 1-2. This weekend's lottery number, 5 minutes, no sound. My bad. My bad. It's a good serve from Sasha. Saves 3 break. No, is that a let? Wait, that's a let. Never mind. It's a let. Yeah, I gotta check the chat more. Huh? All right. Serve from Sasha. Down the tee, forehand Djokovic chipped. Backing down the line. Djokovic is there. Lob. Smash ZVEREV. Oh, Djokovic's there again. He's doing a Jimmy Connors. Smash. Novak's there again. Go again. Smash. Oh, ZVEREV nearly mishit it, but he just kind of took the pace off a little bit and gets it in. Man, his girlfriend is tatted up, ZVEREV. She's got pictures and tattoos all over her arms. I've seen her before, but it's wild. That's crazy. I wouldn't want to personally do that. Like it's like your body is just like art now, which is fine. Like people can do whatever they want with their bodies. Just like I can't imagine doing that myself. It's always there. Yep. Once the sound went, Djokovic won all the points. I mean, is this a conspiracy or I don't know what you're doing? Anthony, you're rigging the match. Okay. You're rigging the match by cutting out your sound. All right. It's a new one. Advantage to ZVEREV. Backhand of Djokovic goes to the backhand of ZVEREV. Forehand of Djokovic inside out. Backhand of ZVEREV. Oh, hits the net. Djokovic gets there somehow. Another volley. Ooh, Novak just missed it. Great attempt from Novak. First shot was unreal. Novak's reaction time is very underrated. He's got quick reactions. Some of the quickest at times. They're showing the cursed match. Maybe probably the most cursed match of all time. There's the greatest match of all time. Sinner Alcaraz, U.S. Open quarterfinal. No, I'm just kidding. I was going to say Wimbledon 2008, Federer versus Nadal. And then there's the most cursed match of all time, which is ZVEREV versus Team 2020 U.S. Open final. That's what they're showing highlights of. If Novak wins every point, no sound, I wouldn't mind you being auto list. Come on. What the hell? It's the hill. I thought we were. Osweiler closed the serve. Did well there. Come on. It's not a night. That's my job. My job is to have audio. It's my job. Damn. Backhand goes to the forehand of Novak. Backhand ZVEREV goes to the backhand of Djokovic. Backhand ZVEREV. Got backhand to backhand rally. Forehand ZVEREV. That's in the net. ZVEREV upset at his racket. ZVEREV 23 singles titles. I like that they emphasize none at majors. Okay. We know. Thanks. Current ranks number 2 in the world, career high ranking. If he didn't get injured at the French, then he would have been world number 1, almost for sure. But some things are meant to be. We'll see if he's able to get to world number 1 at some point in the future, but not today. Forehand inside out, back in ZVEREV. Back in drop shot's going to be in the net. 30-15. I have tattoo, no tattoos for me, not ever. Fair enough. They're getting more popular. Whoever wins this match, Sinner will destroy them in final. Okay. I don't think that's completely controversial. If Novak wins every point, yeah. Just kidding. Okay, thanks. Now I feel better. I was really sad. Just kidding. It's a serve out wide. ZVEREV in the ground, 40-15. Check out the new podcast, by the way. I released a podcast with Joe Rogan. No, I'm just kidding. But I released a podcast talking about previewing the men's semifinals, what you can expect out of this match, but also since this match is already going, well, you can check it out anyway. We've only just started, but the match has only just started. But also about Sinner versus Shelton. So if you want to finish the stream and then watch the preview for Sinner versus Shelton, I personally thought the Sinner Shelton analysis was even a little bit more interesting. Djokovic ZVEREV, then please feel free to do that. Give the video some love, like it, hug it, and I would appreciate it. Thanks. How to watch? It's on ESPN Plus, also ESPN. Was Kenin the last U.S. female to win a slam? Was she? No, Coco. Coco in U.S. Open. Yep, sorry, Goff. Yeah. No, you're good. And the Piers Morgan Uncensored podcast. I don't like that dude. I'm sorry. I don't like Piers Morgan at all. That guy bothers me so much. I liked him on AGT when I was a kid, but I can't stand that dude. He's so fake. So I don't like anyone in the. I like very few people in the media. There's only a select few of people I like in the media, or even the political world. It's all fake. It's all fake on every side, everywhere, all the time. Nothing wrong with Joker. His legs are fine for now. For now. Sinner's hungry at the moment. Sinner's hungry at the moment. Look at his last game. He clearly sent message to Novak Sasha, so Sinner dinner be Australian Open 2025 again. Yep. 33 minutes played. Now we're getting to the real stuff. No breaks yet. ZVEREV should have broken, but in classic ZVEREV fashion, he does not break when he has every right to. So we play on. Forehand is ZVEREV. That's going to go long. Very unconvincing from ZVEREV so far. Very unconvincing from ZVEREV so far. I think many of Novak's injuries are really mind games. I mean, he's the greatest mind game master in the sports history, Novak. So I don't think that's a bad, I think a lot of people are share that take with you, Jared, whether it's true or not. 3-15. But I mean, he hasn't been on the practice courts for the last couple of days, Novak. He definitely was not playing his regular Novak-esque tennis in the second set versus Carlos. People were saying he was faking his injuries at the French, but then he went into surgery and he and he had to pull out of the French, and I'm not really sure why he would do that or why he would play a different way in those matches if he really wasn't injured, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't personally believe that for majority of his injuries. Do I think that some of it could be mind games? Honestly, it's possible. I'm not going to take that away as an option. That's just me being honest. But I think he really did have an injury. And I think the majority of it is sometimes he might accentuate the extent of it. Maybe. I think some players do that anyway. Mind games are a real thing on the tour. I don't think that's a fake thing. There's some level of gamesmanship with every player. There's also a mental thing. If you start losing, you're feeling worse physically. If you start winning, you're feeling better physically. That's just human nature, right? Stress is our physical feeling bad. Like, it's the same thing. So if you're stressed, that all you're focused on, your one objective at the moment is winning, and you're fulfilling that objective, you're going to be less stressed. So you're going to be feeling a little bit physically better, right? So there's a lot that goes into it. Yeah, obviously has a problem to what extent? Exactly. I said many words. You summed it all up. So we're doing mistakes like Alcaraz missing so many break points on Djokovic serve. That's not really good from him. Needs to take as better chances to win. Yes. Djokovic is making 36% of first serves in, by the way, so far, which is not great. He's getting away with it. Zverev making 81%. Those numbers, I think, are going to change. One's going to go up. The other one's going to go down. Backhand down the line goes to the forehand of Djokovic. Forehand down the line goes to the backhand of Djokovic. Backhand to backhand. Now we got a forehand from Zverev way out wide. Novak goes for a big cross-court shot. That's going to go wide. 15-all. Pretty long rallies so far. Great serve out wide. Zverev misses the forehand. That forehand has not really been there for him. 30-15 for Djokovic. Zverev needs to convert break points, waste the opportunity 100%. Zverev's not capitalizing. Yep. Maybe no one believes me, but I know his style too well. Nothing new with Zverev. Novak's the mastermind. I think you're fair with what you're saying. It's another shot out from Zverev. Zverev definitely not performing the way he wants to. Just a lot of gifts from Sasha so far. A lot of gifts from Sasha. Nothing exciting happening yet, except for those 4 break points early for Zverev, none of which he was able to even remotely convert. Backhand Zverev goes to the backhand Djokovic. Great volley, forehand. That one goes in. 40-30, just catches the line. That forehand's been a little bit out of range and a little bit off kilter from the German former world number 2, current world number 2, right? Yeah, current world number 2. Doesn't feel like he's the current world number 2, honestly, but he is. Just 1 slam final and 0 slams in his pocket in the last 52 weeks, but still he is the world number 2. Forehand goes to the back and his Zverev cross court. It's a big shot from Sasha. Gets a deuce. 3-3 deuce. It's the year of the snake. Novak intimidates him. Zverev's like, bro, give me break point. Yeah, he needs to take his chances. I cannot believe he's number 2. It's so wild and weird. Happy New Year's indeed. I mean, Zverev doesn't feel like number 2, no? Like, if most people just said, who do they feel like is number 2? I don't think most people would say Zverev. Alcaraz, Sinner, Djokovic, have to be some of those guys. Somebody would say Lerner, Tien, and be like, what? Advantage to Djokovic. What? Good dropper. I mean, Zverev late to that with the forehand. I mean, he should have gotten that back all day. It was a good dropper, but it shouldn't have been in any reality a winner. By the way, Zverev against Paul did not have an easy match either. So, I mean, both of them had pretty much an equally tough match in their last round. Just because Novak played Alcaraz in the last round, Zverev, he had to dig deep. Even at the end of the fourth set, he had to dig deep against Tommy Paul. And it was like 4 hours. It was tough. So both of them have had long matches up until this. Alcaraz should be number 2, indeed. Well, if the Olympics counted for points, maybe it would be number 2. I need to take a look at the rankings, right? The Olympics should count for points. It's ridiculous it doesn't. In fact, yeah, in reality, Alcaraz is kind of number 2, or he should be, because if the Olympics counted for points, surely the final is at least. So if the Olympics counted for points, I think personally that it should be equal to ATP finals. I don't see why it's not. Okay, don't make it equal to a slam. Fine. Grand Slams are the pinnacle of the sport. But the Olympics are the most prestigious event we have in sports in general. You would say usually the number 1. It is a big tournament. Some players think of it in prestige more than a slam. It's been worth points in the past. It's counted under big titles for the ATP. In what world are we not playing the Olympics with points? Everybody has some countries have a better chance of you're getting into the tournament, but everybody can be world number 1. If you're world number 1, you're in the tournament. If you're top 4, you're in the tournament, because everybody has a chance to be top 4 in their country, no matter what country it is. Even if, let's say, you're Spain, you have to be like top 20 in the world. 10 years ago, if you're Italy, you have to be top 25. You can be top 25 in the world. You just have to get there. If you're expecting to win the tournament, for example, you'll probably be top 25 in the world. Olympics should be counted for points all day. If it was, say, 1,500 points and the second place even got, like, let's say 800, 900, Alcaraz would be number 2 in the world. So really, essentially, with that silver medal, Alcaraz probably should be number 2 in the world, in my opinion, if we're counting Olympics for points. I don't think it should. I mean, I think some people will agree with you. I'm curious as to why, though. Paul's a much easier opponent than Alcaraz. Yes, but Alcaraz in the last match was an error fest in the third and fourth sets. Paul played a great match throughout, just really didn't convert on the last 2 sets. I mean, in terms of set scores, Paul's match with Zverev was actually closer. So I don't know. Maybe Alcaraz is like slightly tougher match, especially under the circumstances for Novak, but I just wanted to point out that Zverev did not in any way have that much easier of a match against Paul. I'm not saying it was an easier opponent, but his actual match, maybe due to him not playing well enough, was not that much easier for him. If you get what I'm saying. All right, 15 all. Zverev serving. It's a double fault from Zverev. Just honestly, it's the kind of set where I'm almost surprised that Zverev is this close to this point. I mean, like, honestly, it's been fairly low level from Sasha. It's not been that high level from Djokovic either, but he hasn't really had to play that high of a level. This is not even in the ballpark of Zverev's like top level. I don't know how Zverev defeated Paul. So sad. Yeah. Does Sinner have pneumonia? Not in the last match against Zimnor. He had greatest tennis anybody's ever played syndrome, whatever that is. 30 all. Joe Sinner had a fever, but is okay now, or is he playing Djokovic mind games? Yeah, or is he playing Djokovic mind games? They just showed. You can't be them. Join them. If you just showed Sinner and his coach that I can't digest seeing Novak's former coaches. Sinner is just so weird after so many years. I think that's fair. Not smart shot. All the U.S. and Czechs wouldn't be able to compete in Italians. I'll talk about this during the changeover. All right, we got 30 all here. 40-30, actually. Actually, deuce. No, I'm just kidding. It's 40-30. All right, here we go. Serve out wide, back end of way up high. That's going to go out. 4 games apiece. The match is difficult for Djokovic, my brother. I mean, yeah, on paper it should be, but Zverev, it's 4 games all. So I can talk my mouth off being a couch critic, but I'm not convinced by Zverev's level so far. That's all I'm going to say. There's no way. There's no way on earth this is accurate. I don't buy this. I'm going to check AO live stats because I know that doesn't seem even remotely close to what it is. The winners to unforced errors ratio. There's no way Zverev's is that good. And there's no way Novak's is that bad. Best outfit this year so far in the tournament. Yeah, I think that's fair. How's it going, Tan Mei? Serve out wide. Great serve from Novak, 15 all. Yeah, I just haven't been that convinced by Zverev's level yet. Novak is very fit. I cannot deny that. It's impressive. Beyond impressive at 46 years old to be doing what he's doing. Going for his 49th Grand Slam men's singles major. It's crazy. Number 49. I'm joking, obviously. But 37 years old going for number 25 is ridiculous. It feels like he's been around as long as I just said. Match goes long, it'll be in Zverev's favor. Yep. I think it's fair, but we'll see. Do you think Novak would just be no chance physically gone by the 5th set? Because personally, I don't think so. Not the way he's looking right now. I think more likely he gets too tired for the final against Jannik. I said that at the start of the match. I stand by that. But we'll see. I mean, it's a real thing. I mean, he hasn't hit the practice courts. It could be fully strategic. He could just be doing physical training and let's just try my best on the real thing. Let's not waste and expend extra energy. All right, 15-30. It's a chance for Zverev, despite my big mouth talking. 15-30. First serve goes long. Djokovic not finding enough first serves. There's no doubt about that. That is the one thing you can be absolutely sure of with this match so far. Novak is not finding enough first serves in court. Second serve for Djokovic. Make him run. Yes, Zverev needs to break Joker. Tiebreakers are not the way, 100%. It's true against Sinner. It's true against Djokovic. Backhand cross court. It's going to go out. Zverev missing just easy shots when it counts the most. That is a backhand that if you don't make, you got to be hitting yourself 12 times over. That is your shot. The backhand cross is your shot. There's no way you miss that long if you're Sasha Zverev. 30 all. You gotta be hitting yourself if you're not making that in. That is a ridiculous shot to miss. You gotta really be upset at yourself for not making that because that's a shot you make all day. Djokovic is not finding the rhythm yet on the first serve, and it looks like he knows it. Second serve. Big point. Just like the last one, to be fair. Backhand is Zverev, goes inside out to the forehand of Novak. Backhand Zverev. Cross court, goes to the backhand of Djokovic. Backhand Zverev. It's backhand slice of Djokovic. Backhand Zverev. Again to the backhand of Djokovic. Down the line. Forehand of Zverev is very short. Backhand cross court. Again to the backhand of Novak. Novak grabbing a little bit of the tempo here, though. Maybe finding a little bit of control on the point. Forehand hits the net. Backhand is Zverev. Goes to the backhand of Djokovic. Again to the backhand of Djokovic. She can't outlast Zverev, though. That could be a sign of Novak's legs a little bit. 30-40. Kind of hit a wayward backhand there. It wasn't like that was after 36 shots or something. 22 shots. Not way too physical of a rally either. It was long. It was definitely a moment where you felt like Novak could get just slightly desperate, but he looked a little bit more than slightly desperate with that backhand as he completely found that backhand drifting wayward. It's a little bit of a miss it. I mean, he had the down the line, but just completely got away from him. Maybe feeling in the legs. We'll see. 30-40. It's a break point. With all I've been saying, it's a break point for Zverev. Before we know, it could be Zverev serving out the set. And because Djokovic literally just doesn't know what a first serve is right now. He just thinks a first serve needs to go out. He's like, okay, well, let me hit this first serve out and just hit the second serve. He forgets that he can make the first serve in court. He's like, oh, that's an option? Oh, okay. Second serve. Kick serve out wide. Backhand Zverev. Cross court's good return. Backhand Zverev down the line. Goes to the forehand of Djokovic. Forehand Zverev again. Cross court. Forehand Djokovic down the line. It's a great shot. Becoming the aggressor. Backhand Zverev. Just playing conservative. Backhand to backhand rally now. Just going backhand to backhand. Long rally once again extended. Like half of these points are. Backhand again. Down the middle. But short. Novak attacks it yet again. Oh, no. Zverev slices and misses it long. Novak does outlast Zverev. Right after Zverev outlasts him. Zverev 0 for 5 now on break points. That number can't keep going up. That number cannot keep going up. Novak, after that point ended, hit that ball as far up as he could hit it after it landed out. Get away from me. That was a 38-shot rally, 79-shot rally. Very long. For a second, I thought that landed in, but it must have landed just back behind the baseline. Novak hasn't made a first serve in this game. Not one. They've all been out. Craziness. Not again, yeah. German players in good physical condition can defeat the Serbian, but the problem with the German player is that he suffers from diabetes. His problem last year is a physical problem. I mean, okay. I mean, there's no sign of physical distress for Zverev right now. Backhand down the line is very good from Djokovic. Advantage to Novak. No confidence, exactly. There were points there where in that break point where Zverev could have pulled a bigger shot down the line. There's no reason to play that conservative. And the big points, my philosophy is take it. I know some coaches are like, your opponent is in this, like, they're stressed out. You got to make them miss. I'm like, take it. You have the opportunity, take it. You know you can take it, take it. Like, ideally, partially, that's got to be the mindset. Like, you have that opportunity, take it. And they're potentially not going to expect shots that risky either. So, I mean, yeah, just making it in is good, but if you can make it in and hit it hard, that's probably a little bit better. Make it in most of the time, you know, cut down a little bit on your percentage of making in the court and a little bit higher on making it tough for your opponent. If you can do that without cutting the percentage of making in the court way too down low, I think it's a good play. Zverev keeps serving him on the platter right at his hand. Okay. Deuce here at 4-4. I think all the comments are fair. Zverev needs to really go after it. Make Novak struggle here when he's capitalized on his opportunities. Forehand cross court, a little bit deeper, a little bit harder, but Novak pulls the ultimate weapon. Novak's like, I don't know. He's got so many gears, right? He's got so many layers hidden away, right? He can always change his game. That's his secret weapon, you know? Like he's elastic. He's got so many gears and he adapts so well to surface, to opponent, to tournament. And it's all mental. I think a lot of it is mental, right? His ability to adapt is very mental and strategic. And that's his key to becoming the GOAT, I think, above anything else. Big serve out wide, 5-4 for Djokovic as he grabs the lead. Zverev needs to do some moon balls. Yeah, he needs to play some juniors, classic juniors tennis, right? Hoping for Novak to make a mistake is wrong. He never will. Exactly. Now you get it. Tell it to Zverev. Actually, that would stress him out. Be like, okay, so here's the deal. Your opponent has never, ever made an error. You can win. All right, so here's the deal. Your opponent is a robot who's on his way to winning 30 majors by the time he's 40 years old. But you can win this. It's got to stress him out. This is why Zverev can't defeat Novak. Well, he can, right? But out of major, things become tougher for Zverev. He doesn't like the best at 3 out of 5. And, yeah, I don't know. I mean, to be fair, like, Zverev's beaten Novak. Like, he has beaten Novak in big moments, but not out of slam. Zverev serves to stay in the set. Exactly, naked eyes. I don't know. These rallies, though, are not like, I don't know. They're a bit drawing. Like, they're they're not like Alcaraz type rallies where we're getting like crazy shots. But anyway, we're getting to the exciting part of the set, which is nice. And it is fun to see Djokovic somehow outlasting the guy 11 years younger than him. So we'll see what happens here. Serve goes long. Second serve from Zverev. Djokovic's only weakness is smashes. Well, yeah, he's the worst overhead in the history of the sport. So it is hilarious. I really think he made a pact with the devil. Like he's gonna have the worst, the easiest shot in tennis. He's gonna have the worst one of all time, and everything else he plays perfect. I think that was the pact that Novak made with the devil, and I think Yannick's pact with the devil is that he has no weakness. But he's going to have to face Carlos Alcaraz over and over again, who has every single shot in the book ever. Backhand, that's going to go out. 30 love. I love how badly the chat wants Novak to lose and keep getting frustrated on Zverev. Yeah, I mean, you'd expect if people are cheering for Zverev, they're gonna get a bit mad Snahill because Zverev is constantly doing this. Clearly, Zverev with his talent, I don't know. He's like, you know what Zverev is like? He's like a more boring version of Kyrgios, but with like the same level of talent, who works hard, but just can't for the life of him convert the big moments, the big points. That's really what Zverev is like to me. Forehand cross court goes to the forehand of Zverev. Forehand's a drop shot. Novak looking a little bit uneasy with his movement. Faking injury is not my style. Needs to win this somehow. Hey, how's it going, Sean? Zverev wins the slam. His ego is going to go into outer space. Yeah. As Zverev wins the slam, he's going to start calling himself the GOAT somehow. It's like if Kyrgios won a slam. I agree with you, Sean. How's that called in? I thought I was wide all day, but called good. All right, 5-5. 5-5. Djokovic, during that 30 love point, that was the most physically concerned Novak looked all match so far. We'll continue to see what he has in the legs. Also, is his issue with his legs or whatever part of the reason he's having trouble pushing up on to hit his first serve? Could be. We'll continue to gauge it. 5-5. Tight first set. We get a lot of tight sets with Djokovic there. The thing is, Anthony, it's not like people are ZVEREV fans. Most of them just want Novak to lose. Yeah. I think that's true with some people for sure. But we do have ZVEREV fans in the chat. ZVEREV needs to win this, taking advantage, and tiebreaker only option for him if he can't break a serve. Yeah. But no, I mean, yeah. I'm not pretending there aren't people rooting against Novak. There are always people rooting against Novak because that's just something that happens. So backhand slice into the net. Love 15. Hey, Joe Nick, is this one going long? To me, ZVEREV has not looked convincing so far. I think a lot of it depends on Novak's fitness. I think if Novak is fit, I don't see how this version of ZVEREV is really going to test him beyond at most 4 sets. That's my opinion. We'll see how Novak is physically. But Novak not making first serves is a problem. So actually, this could get interesting. It's kind of ugly if Novak's first serve remains this just non-existent. He's basically just only able to hit one serve, which is not ideal. Zverev's not the greatest returner ever, but like there, now he's able to turn the point around. Drop shot, horrific. I mean, you can't hit the worst drop shot ever against the GOAT. You're going to get crushed. 15-all. You're going to get absolutely demolished. Thanks very much. Thanks for coming. Good try. See you later. Novak serves are strong, no leg problems. I mean, he hasn't hit the first serve in, though. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like, we don't hate Novak, but we need to see young guns go out on top to win slams. I agree with you. But I don't know. It's kind of funny to see Novak just like at 37 freaking years old win a slam still out of nowhere. Like, this guy just doesn't leave. Also, I like to see people currently breaking history, and nobody's ever won 25 slams, ever. So that's kind of exciting to me. Also, the reason I like Novak a little bit, and even though I used to hate him, and that's not just me for whatever reason, being like, oh, I actually like Novak now. Like, I like Novak because he's like the ultimate underdog. Like, it's crazy that he's gotten to this point, looking at where he started. Like, it's absolutely crazy. In an era with Federer and Nadal, at one point, Federer was at 16 majors, Djokovic was at 1. Like, at some point, I just had to give some respect to how alien Novak became. But yeah, anyway, I do agree with you. In general, I'd like to see young guys rising up and more people in the convo. It will be long. Let's see. Serve down the tee. That goes long. Second serve. Serve. Djokovic goes to the back end of ZVEREV, forehand of Djokovic. Cross court goes to the forehand of ZVEREV, back end Djokovic. Down the line goes to the forehand of ZVEREV. That's going to go out. 6-5. 6-5. I don't hate any players as long as they play fair. You can hate Novak. I don't like. You can hate anybody who. I don't mind anybody hating anybody or loving anybody. It's all fine. How is ZVEREV a young gun? Someone explain, please. Seriously, that's true. ZVEREV's not particularly young, is he? I love watching Nole play, but he's so miserable compared to 10, 15 years ago. Fair enough. 2011 Novak was peak, though. Like, watching Novak and Federer and Nadal in 2011 was peak. 2012 was good, but it's like slightly overrated. People are like, 2012 is the greatest year of Big Four. But aside from that 2012 Australian Open final, it's hard for me to think of. I don't think the most epic matches they played were that year. Like, I don't know what. I don't think there's any one year you can point to that, because the obvious thing is that all 4 of the Big Four won a slam that year. Murray won the Olympics too. But I just think, I don't know. In a way, 2011 I felt like was more exciting, even though Novak dominated that year. But Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic were all playing incredible that year. So was Andy. And we had so many great matches in 2011. 2013, no. Even though there were good matches that year. But Roger was really not in the picture. 2014 was great. 2014 is kind of, I don't know. I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say. I'm just like, I'm not that, I don't know. People are always like 2012 was the greatest year in tennis history. I don't know if that's the year. Because, I mean, name the 5 best matches from that year. You're not, to me, I'm not going to name them immediately. You know what I mean? There's some other years where I would name 5 incredible matches a little bit quicker. Even 2013. Del Potro, Djokovic, Wimbledon, Djokovic, Wawrinka, 2013, Nadal, Djokovic, 2013, Roland Garros, U.S. Open final, Nadal, Djokovic, Miami final, I think, Ferrer, Murray. Like, there you go. That's 5 matches. 2012, I'd be a little bit more hard-pressed to name them, I think. Federer let Murray win the Olympics. He felt sorry for him after he cried at Wimbledon. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Federer was exhausted after 1917 in the third. I was watching at that point, that time, and there's no, he did not. Don't know if you're joking around, but he didn't. 2019 Wimbledon was amazing. What are you talking about? There was no 2019 Wimbledon final. What are you talking about? Serve from Zverev. That goes into the net. I miss face on sleeping streams. Second serve from Zverev. That's something I'm not going to even try to copy, so. I always respect the effort, but I'm like, man, dude, that's crazy. Forehand is Zverev. Inside out goes to the backhand Djokovic. Forehand is Zverev. Goes to the forehand of Djokovic. Backhand Zverev. Cross court goes to the backhand Novak. Backhand Zverev. Does that just catch the line, or does he miss that? Didn't hear. Oh, he caught the back of the line. That's what I thought. I didn't hear an out call. Yeah, caught the back of the line. 30 love. Tiebreaker coming. Seems like it. Yeah, just hit it low enough. Yeah, ball did catch the back of the line. Good stuff. 30 love. Backhand goes to the backhand of Djokovic. Backhand is Zverev. It's a drop shot. Very good one, too. Novak barely gets under it. Oh, it's a right back to Novak, who makes a mess of the backhand volley, but I don't know. Completely caught Novak off guard and was pretty low. Sorry, once again, my webcam flying up. 40 love. Where it seems like we're going to go to a tie break. Good drop shots from Zverev. I feel like Zverev's level increasing a little bit. I don't know. Match is beginning to get pretty interesting here. Tiebreaker could be very interesting, but Djokovic is the king of the tiebreaks. Backhand goes cross court to the backhand of Djokovic. He's not even running for it, but it is 40 love, so we'll see how much that means. 6-6. All right, let me know what the score. Novak didn't run for that at all, by the way, just to be clear. All right, 6-6. So who's going to win this tiebreaker? What's going to be the score in the breaker? I've got Novak 7-4. I've got Djokovic. No, I'll say Djokovic 7-5. Let me know your predictions. I've got Djokovic 7-5. Tiebreak. There you go. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream so far. Let's keep it growing. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. 2 minutes away from midnight where I'm commentating from, but it's not even close to that in Australia because Australia is on the opposite side of the world from where I am. Pretty cool that I can watch it pretty much instantly from where I'm at. That's the internet and I guess TV and stuff. Anyway, serve from Novak goes out wide for Zverev. That's going to go out 1-0 to Djokovic. Let me know your predictions for a tiebreaker. Whoever gets the closest, I will shout you out in the chat. You can still make your predictions even though it's already started. Go for it. But say them now because otherwise you'll be cheating. 8-6 Zverev. Okay. 14-12 for who? 14-12 for who, Joe Mama? 7-4 wins Zverev. Okay. 14-12. So we've got a lot of Zverevs. I go 7-4 Novak. 8-6 Djokovic. 7-4 Zverev. Okay. 8-6 Djokovic. Similar to mine, Sean. Let's see. That'd be an extended tiebreak. What a tiebreaker between Keys and Swiatek yesterday. Keys pulling out the late aces and the big return. Some great first strike tennis. She's been playing a confident ball. Yeah, so happy to see it with Keys. I wasn't surprised, but I was happy and excited for Madison because she deserves it, especially after the crazy Sabalenka semifinal. She narrowly lost the U.S. Open a couple of years ago. It's great to see, and all the semifinals she's been able to reach. It's great to see her in another final. I'm hoping she can go all the way here. I really am rooting for Maddie. Forehand cross court goes to the forehand of Djokovic. Lob, smash. That's going to be too good. 2-1 Zverev with the smash down the middle of the court. Andy. Okay. Is that inadvertently Djokovic or what? Because that's freaking, that's confusing. That's confusing. Wow, what an aerial shot. Bird's eye view into Rod Laver Arena. It's not Rod Laver playing, but these players playing in his spirit. One of the greatest to ever pick up a tennis racket, ever. It's Djokovic. Serves out 1-2. Backhand goes to the forehand of Zverev, forehand of Djokovic. Down the line goes to the backhand of Zverev. Backhand Djokovic. Cross court. Backhand slice Zverev. That's going to go long. Floats long. 2-2. Zverev 7-4. We've got a few 7-4 Zverevs. Appreciate you sticking around, Zerafine. Who are you guys rooting for in the women's final? Sabalenka or Keys? Not who do you think's going to win? Who are you rooting for? Who are you pulling for, cheering for between Saba and Maddie? Sabalenka and Maddie Keys, the American. Career high number 7. I can't believe she hasn't been higher than number 7 in the world. Like that's Madison Keys is way better than a world number 7 player. Like that's astounding that she hasn't been higher than that. Like to me, it feels like she should have already been number 3 or 4 in the world. Really number 3. Number 7 is crazy. I hope she can maybe climb up now. There could be some opportunities to do so. But Goff, Swiatek, Sabalenka might make it tough to get to number 3. But 4 or 5, who knows? If not higher, who knows? At least for a week or two. Forehand cross court. Djokovic is there. What? Athleticism. Smash. Put away. Novak's athleticism at... If he's feeling it in the legs, then that stretch out there, he's still able to do some remarkable things with his movement. 3 games apiece, 3 points apiece here in this tiebreaker. Keys, please. Same. Keys, yeah. I'm so happy for Keys. I was so excited waking up seeing that. Saba will win many more. Interesting. Saba's from another planet. She's outrageous, isn't she? But Maddie's been playing pretty well too, huh? That's going to be hard hitting. They're going to break every ball, every point. After every point, there's going to be a hole in the ball. That's going to be good, actually. Like, legitimately, I'm excited. I'm going to be commentating that one, hopefully. So, should be fun. Should be fun. It looks like I might be commentating the men's final, too, and that one is going to be fun. Obviously, the winner of this one and the Sinner match. So I guess we could get our first Djokovic Sinner final. I didn't even think about it, but that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool if we at some point get both a Djokovic Alcaraz major final and a Djokovic Sinner major final. It would definitely feel right in a lot of ways. Excuse me. For us to get that. Time to score and break. Let's see. All right, here we go. Big ace from Zverev. If my prediction's right, Zverev's got to lose the next 4 points in a row. So we'll see. So far, 16 pressure points won for Djokovic and 14 for Zverev. Who the hell knows what they mean by pressure points, but I guess they mean deuce, break point, game point, maybe. Or at least break point. I don't know. Is 3-3 a pressure point? Like, what do they mean exactly? I guess it is, right? Because if Djokovic breaks, then he's got 6-3 on his racket. Big ace from Djokovic now as they trade aces out wide, 4-4. About time. Let's see what happens. I feel the energy of the chat rooting for Sasha. Novak gonna try to be a problem, as he's been at this tournament for literally 20 years. Literally 20 years since, over 20 years since he played his first match here against Marat Safin as a 17-year-old. Marat Safin goes in the history books as Djokovic's first ever opponent. Backhand drop shot. Forehand is Zverev. Backhand lob Djokovic. Oh, what a lob from Novak. Lob master. That's something that Andy Murray gave to Novak as a coach. I don't know. I've heard people say Djokovic has the greatest lob ever. I don't think so. There's a lot of people to name. Hewitt, Federer, Murray, other people back in the day who had great lobs before this century as well. But Murray, I think, has a better lob than Djokovic, even though they both have great lobs. And yeah, there's some help from Murray. That's going to go out. So, I said I was wrong with what I said. My prediction was 7-5 for Djokovic. So my prediction could still happen. Djokovic wins the next 2 points. G's number 2. Give me a break. Insane lob. Great lob. Yep. Zverev needs to win this tiebreaker. Zverev streaking me. Yep. Tom Sedis. There you go. 5-5. Alcaraz has one of the best lobs on tour. Yes. Come on, Sasha. You can't get this. Okay. Forehand return hits the net. Forehand is Zverev. Goes to the forehand slice into the back, and is Zverev. Forehand of Novak way behind the baseline. A la Daniel Medvedev. Coming in a little bit more. Backhand 360 Djokovic. Forehand, that's going to go into the open court. Zverev for 6-5. He leads. Djokovic now to serve. 24 winners for Zverev and 11 winners for Djokovic. I know Djokovic doesn't have the most explosive winner-filled game, but that's not the ideal stat for Novak, especially if he's not trying to test out his legs when he's played a 7-6 set that's gone the absolute distance. 6-5 in a set that's felt like it's lasted forever. We've played like an hour and 15 minutes now. I don't know exactly, but it's been something like that. If not exactly that, something like that. I just saw 1:11 on the match time. 1 hour and 20. Backhand Djokovic. Goes to the backhand is Zverev. Backhand Djokovic. Down the line. What a rip. Zverev's there. Forward volley into the net. How did Djokovic miss that? Zverev didn't miss anything. 7-6 for Zverev, who takes the first set. Zverev is looking for another major final. Oh, no way. Wow, Djokovic just pulled out. Wow, Djokovic has crossed the net and pulled out. He has retired. Wow. I didn't expect that. The crowd clearly did not expect that. Some boos and wow. No number 25 for Djokovic. He retires. Zverev is shocked as well. I wasn't, I'm supposed to commentate the feel of the match, I was hyping Djokovic up for parts of that. What really I should have been doing was like, man, Djokovic is injured. He's going to retire soon. I had no idea. I'm over here being like, everything's fine. We're going to get 5 sets. Novak, surprise, the crowd should not be booing, by the way. Crowd should not be booing. But, wow. Jesus. Retired. Wow, crazy. How can you boo him? Yeah, the booing is ridiculous. Djokovic retire. That's fair. Wow. Yeah. Djokovic lose this. Wow. I am shocked right now. The booing makes no sense. Okay, let's make that clear. Because why? I mean, Djokovic wants to win slams. He's won 24 of them. He wants to win slams more than anybody. If he had any kind of chance to keep competing here, why would he pull out? Right. So he's clearly injured now that he retired. Right. There should be an agreement on that. So why would he just retire for no reason? So you're just booing him because you hate him. Like, okay, that's fine. It's not bad form from the crowd. No need to boo him. Come on, crowd. Exactly. Did not expect that. Yeah. Don't think anyone did. Since when does Novak retire? Never. Yeah, that's one of those things. Novak didn't spend any time about, making a fuss. He was like, you know what? It is what it is. On to the next one. I can't believe he missed that volley. Who knows where we would be if he makes the volley and then, wins the set. Does he still retire? Does he, what happens, right? Zverev's into another final, his third major final. He should have been in this position last year, Australian Open, but Sasha Zverev will take on the winner of Sinner and Shelton. We have not seen either of those finals in a major before. Sinner versus Zverev or Zverev versus Shelton. So, my guy Sinner wins another major. It's very, very possible, but when's the last time there was that epic that they played in Cincinnati, Zverev versus Sinner? Very, very good match, high-level match, extremely high-level match. One of the highest-level matches of the last couple of years, that Cincinnati match, 7-6 in the third for Sinner. Zverev won 4 matches in a row against Jannik. The head-to-head is 4-2 for Zverev, so one of the only guys Sinner who can play who could possibly have a winning record. That's if he gets through Shelton. I still think people are underestimating Shelton a little bit. I'm not saying I'm backing Sinner to win, but I kind of think people are a little bit downplaying Shelton's chances of making that close. But the point is, Zverev is 4-2 up on Sinner. 5-set win at the U.S. Open. 7-6 in the third in Monte Carlo. Straight sets win at U.S. Open 2021. Beat him in a semifinal in Cologne in 2020. Yeah, one win on clay courts when Sinner was a teenager. I remember that. Cincinnati win was big for Sinner, but it was very close. So don't think Sinner loves playing Zverev. It could be interesting. I'm gonna look something else up. I don't know if this is fully. Oh, okay. I'm gonna see if I can find the other head-to-heads where Sinner has a losing record, just to see if it is Sinner versus Zverev. While I didn't think the match would end that short, so I'm gonna stay on a little bit longer. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thanks. Very good words by Sasha. Sinner versus Zverev will be exciting. I don't count Zverev out. Thanks for the silent commentary. Very good words. Novak gives up because Alcaraz destroyed his legs. I mean, yeah, in a way, right? But okay, so let me see. Let me see if I can find this. Trying to find head-to-head stats. I might just look on Ultimate Tennis Statistics. I don't remember if Tennis Abstract has it, honestly. Oh, head-to-head? All? Negative? Okay, I'll just do Ultimate Tennis Statistics. I don't know if this is going to be up to date because I think Ultimate Tennis Statistics stopped being up to date, but we'll do the best with what we have. Hold up. Rivalries. Here we go. Negative. So yeah, so this is not up to date, but the rivalries where Sinner has a negative head-to-head are few and far in between. They are few and far in between. He now has an even head-to-head against Djokovic. The other ones where he's played at least three, let me see, at least 4 occasions and is losing. Zverev, Medvedev, and Tsitsipas. I don't even know if the Tsitsipas one is still accurate. I don't think they've played very often recently, just because Tsitsipas has not been very good. Hasn't been getting to the ends of tournaments, right? But Tsitsipas is still leading. But anyway, Zverev is one of the few guys that has a leading head-to-head against Sinner. He lost the set, but so close to winning, and he said, "I'm done. I don't get it. He was still competitive. He'll blame his injury too, and everyone will feel sorry for him." Well, not everyone. Yeah, everybody should feel sorry for him. The man's injured. He was going to go for the Grand Slam, and then he didn't. There's no reason to boo the guy. That's the exact thinking that leads to people going at athletes. It's this boxing people and thinking like, and this isn't me being hateful towards people like, or even you, like this isn't me being negative towards you, Michael, but I just want to say like the kind of thinking on social media where people say things like, "Oh, that athlete looked fine." You're not him. You're not her. You don't know what's going on. Only they know. Only they know. It's this kind of thinking that, as people get into matches and get hyped up and start to, make their own opinions of everything going on as if these athletes aren't real people. They're the only people that know what's going on. Where we can only make assumptions. And by the way, we're all idiots, we all make a lot of dumb opinions and we all the time don't know what's happening. And we just pretend that we know what's happening. And so we just pretend like we know what's going on in Novak's head. Only he knows, right? So that it would be nice if we could be a little bit more positive towards athletes, but it's not going to change. So Zverev is right. He said Novak won this before with hamstring tear and abdominal tear. If he has pulled something out, really must be something wrong. Yeah, but it's a bit of the boy who cried wolf. Just my opinion. I mean, everybody will have their opinions. We'll leave it at that. Zverev could not have defeated Novak. No way. Well, all right. Well, anyway, everybody will have their opinions, I guess. So that's fine. But yeah, unbelievable. Zverev in his third major final. Zverev versus Shelton. What's the record there? Zverev versus Shelton. 1-0 for Zverev. Wow, 7-5 in the third. Cincinnati last year. Just kind of remembering that match. Very, very close. Somewhat similar court conditions, honestly. So pretty hot conditions and pretty fast. So yeah, I think that's something to get from it. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Zerafine. Will they start Sinner soon? No, I think that's going to be at like 3 hours from now. Maybe I'll stay up for that. I don't know yet. I have stuff to do tomorrow. This was a fun day. This was a fun stream. I'll be streaming more. Thanks for the love, guys. Thanks, Zerafine. Appreciate y'all. Can't believe Novak retired, but Novak sticks to what he thinks is right. He thought, no chance now. I'll retire. He's not afraid to stick to what he thinks is the right move at any point. So that was the right move for him now. Zverev through to the final. He'll take on Sinner or Shelton. Honestly, I don't think Sinner will be the most excited to see Zverev's name in the final because it's been tough against Zverev before. And yeah, we'll see if Sinner. I think Shelton contests Sinner, and honestly, he's been physically not looking that good in this tournament before Sinner against Rune. He had a pretty simple match against Demonor. I have a feeling that Shelton, who plays completely different, might test him a little bit more. If he does, and Zverev can really elongate that match, it could get very interesting. Zverev looking for his first major, trying to add a third major title to the 90s generation. So we'll see if he can do that. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, all that stuff. Hopefully see you guys at the final. Share around the streams and the podcast. Let's get a lot of big numbers if we can for the final. It'd be great for this channel. It'd be a lot of fun for me. So definitely, if you guys can, please share around and stuff. That would mean a lot, like just dropping links and stuff. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys at the next one. And yeah, it was Zverev over Djokovic in one set, 7-6. It was 7-5 in the breaker. So a good win overall for Zverev, but he didn't really have to do that much at the end of the day. Pass really get through, keep holding his serve and then fight through that tiebreaker, which he was able to do. And yeah, he gets through to the final. I will see you guys in the next one. And hopefully a speedy recovery to Nole as well. See you guys for the final.